So in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing and unboxing the awesome drawing pad by XPen, the Artist 22E Pro. So if you're thinking about getting a drawing tablet, maybe for illustrations or just other graphic design purposes, and you want to find a really decent quality tablet, do watch today's video to see if this tablet is actually going to be ideal for you. Now just some disclosure, I'm not actually sponsored to make this video, but XPen did reach out to me and they did send me this console completely for free. And so this is how big this thing is. It's a really nice size indeed. To be more precise, the display is actually 21.5 inches with a 1080p resolution. The Artist 22E Pro driver can support 4K displays, and we're soon going to check out the large array of features this device has, and also how I'm going to personally use it in my design workflow. But first, we need to remove that protective film that is pasted across the screen when it arrives. Now I myself am not a digital illustrator, but what I have found in the past with regards to my workflow is that I'd like to bridge the gap on logo designing between using a pen and paper and actually jumping into Adobe Illustrator. Now what I mean by that is, sometimes when we're generating ideas or concepts or even keywords for logo design projects, we are going to scribble stuff down on a piece of paper or a notepad, for example. But actually using a drawing tablet kind of brings that workflow into Illustrator, but you're still sketching down ideas and you're still generating those concepts freehand. This is how I mainly would be using this kind of tablet, but it is absolutely amazing when it comes to illustrations and the use of color and so forth. It's really easy to set up the XPen Pro, and you will need to download the drivers from the website, which are free of course. So unpacking some of the contents, we have here one of two stylus pens, and they are actually rechargeable. So this pen has a really comfortable feel in the hand, and the texture offers a nice grip as well. And here is the second stylus pen, which comes in a neat case, as you can see. The ergonomics of this one are obviously a bit different, and you can switch between the two pens depending on your mood or what you're doing. However, this one contains 8 replaceable nibs hidden away at the very bottom. And of course, these are going to come in handy without a doubt, because you can see how easy it would be to lose these kind of nibs. And so it's really nice to have a place to keep them safe and secure. And we've also got a sleek glove that is worn when you are drawing or just using the XPen Pro. The glove prevents your hand from getting the screen dirty, but it also offers a frictionless experience, so you can draw and design with ease. And one really awesome feature that I find invaluable when working in Illustrator with this actual device is the fact that there are 16 buttons that you can allocate customized keyboard shortcuts to. And these can be linked to various different types of software. But for example, if you're working in Illustrator, you might want to have, P as the pen tool or things like undo, redo, and so forth. When connecting and setting up your XPen Pro, you will find this window opens up which allows you to customize and calibrate to your work area. It's pretty simple to calibrate, so I'm not going to go into that in this video. This section here allows us to adjust the pen sensitivity with some pretty decent settings listed below. And we can also customize the shortcuts on the 2 available buttons the pen has. The default setup of the pen probably is going to be the eraser and also a right click. And to customize them, you just simply click the drop down menu and go ahead and allocate whatever you want to for those 2 buttons. But when it comes to shortcuts, like I said earlier, the display itself has 16 different buttons, and this means you can put in 16 different shortcuts. Now it might take a while to remember which button is for which shortcut, because there are not actually any markings on the display buttons themselves, so you kind of have to remember what you've done. And I only used 8 different shortcuts for my workflow. Allocating those shortcuts is really straightforward, and it requires very little time to do. So one last thing about the pen sensitivity, you can set up certain settings for certain programs or software. As an example, you might want specific settings for Illustrator, and then something completely different for Photoshop. The Artist 22E Pro does look stunning, and it is really nice and heavy duty to actually deal with. And as you can see here, adjusting the angle of the screen display is pretty quick and pretty easy to do. And also it feels really sturdy. And yeah, I don't know why I'm still wearing the glove. I really do love the screen and the matte kind of finish on the screen that does resemble drawing on paper. And when you are actually drawing, that glove does come in handy and it does really make the experience that much more streamlined and smooth. So when it comes to getting a drawing tablet or a drawing device such as the X Pen Pro, you are going to take into consideration what you need it for. And this device does actually cater to pretty much every single need that a graphic designer could think of. And for those of you who are geared towards illustration or kind of digital arts, I'm sure this will be a great addition to your arsenal. So my final thoughts on the Artist 22E X Pen Pro are that it's really functional, it's easy to use, and you do get your money's worth, in my opinion. Now you can grab a 28% discount until the 26th of December on this very device, but most of the other displays also have up to a 30% discount in the same time period. So yeah, click the link below if you're interested to check out what's on offer. And again, I'm not actually sponsored by anything in today's video. So yeah, let me know what you thought of today's video and what kind of device do you use for drawing or logo designing or whatever. And of course, if you want to learn something else today, do click a video on screen. And until next time guys, design your future today.